Hey, how's it going, everybody? Let's talk about iron because it's going to be one of the resources that you're going to need the most in this game. You're going to need it to make tools, armor, vehicles, all kinds of things in this game, and you're going to need a lot of it. So, I'm going to be doing a couple of videos here that are kind of a tutorial on different aspects of the game, different resources, where to find them, and what to do with them. So I thought, what better place to start than here in Navezgane High School, where I have set up a base of sorts in the gym. I've got some vehicles set up out there in the parking lot. I have all of the workstations set up in here, and then I've got an absolute ton of storage on this wall because all of these are steel storage crates, which means 80 storage slots per crate. So, yeah, I've got a lot of room to play with here, and I've been dividing everything up. You know, knives and clubs, tools, projectile weapons, uh, armor that you're going to need, which I just labeled it suits. And then we got the mods for all of those and the mods for all the weapons. And I will be going along and putting stuff in all those other crates as well. So, iron. Very, very valuable resource in this game. Going to need tons and tons of it. And so we're going to need to know where to find this stuff. And of course, we know one of the best places or easiest places to find it are the little trash piles that are all laying on the ground all over the place. You'll find a fair bit of it in those, but there are better resources for it in this game. And of course, you're going to have to bring it all back to your forge in order to do anything with it, or at least the scrap iron. Any iron bars you find, you can just throw in your storage and then use those at your workbench to make things with. So the forge is going to be pretty easy to unlock at the beginning of the game here. We take a look at it here. We want to take a look at our crafting skills, take a look at workstations, and when you unlock tier 1, which only requires 2 of the Forge Ahead books, that is going to unlock your Dew Collector and your Forge. So, not bad. You're then going to need 10 books to unlock your workbench, which is going to get you your workbench, lockpicks, advanced bellows, and an anvil. And the advanced bellows and the anvil are going to go into your forge. And I have them here, so there's the bellows, the anvil, and I put a crucible in there too because this is my test world, and I have debug menu turned on, so I have access to everything in here. Creative mode is turned on. So in your forge, you can smelt iron, brass, lead, sand, stone, and clay. But you can only smelt 2 at a time. So it does kind of limit you a little bit. So you're probably going to want to have multiples of these set up in your base and designate them to specific uh, resources. So let's say we've got like 4 of these along here. Take this one, and the only thing you put into this one for smelting is iron and clay, which is going to allow you to make forged iron and forged steel. So that one you would only forge iron bars in. The next one, put the same materials in it, forge steel bars in that one, and then, you know, subsequently down the line with the other forges that you've got, you would put other resources in there and be making other stuff. So we need to get ourselves some iron because we're going to need to make some of these tools we've got down here, like a wrench. We're going to need a couple of iron bars and other things in order to make a wrench. So if we go take a look in the tools here, take a look at the wrench. We're going to need 12 forged iron bars, 4 mechanical parts, and 2 duct tape to make one of these things. So the mechanical parts and the duct tape are going to be easy. You will find those in trash. You'll find them in vehicles. All over the place, really. The forged iron, however, is going to be a little more difficult. So, places to find all of this stuff. Well, one of those places are these power poles. Now, there aren't any on these poles right here. However, that pole over there has one of the things that I am looking for. And you can see up there that little green transformer up on the power pole. You want that little guy right there. Now, you can take this down with your stone axe. However, if you can go around and you can collect enough stuff to take over to the trader and get yourself some money, and if he's got one in stock, buy yourself a wrench. And then go gather those things. And I hear a buzzard. Where are you? Yeah, you're disturbing my video. Go away. So, what you're going to want to do is make yourself some building blocks. Jump up on these building blocks. And honestly, you only need to place like maybe 2 of those. And then you'll be able to reach that thing. Now, you can take it apart with your stone axe, and as you can see, we are getting steel bars out of this, and we got scrap iron. Oh, we got forged iron and scrap iron. Yeah. So, if you can get yourself a wrench, you will get better resources out of that thing. There's another one. So let's go grab that one up there. And this time we are going to use a wrench. So yeah, 2 forged iron, 5 scrap iron out of that using the axe. But if you use this, you get mechanical parts, you get steel. So we got 3 forged steel out of that. We got 1 more forged iron out of that, some more scrap iron, and 5 mechanical parts. So yeah. If and when you can get a wrench, get one. That power pole down there is going to have 2 of those transformers on it. So you're going to get even more out of that. And then if you knock out the base of it, the whole thing will come crashing down, and you'll get more iron out of that one too. And also, these power poles, or light poles, right here. Well, this one is wood. Yeah, okay. Not that one. That flagpole will give you iron. How about you guys? Are you made of iron? Yeah, that one is iron. So if you take out this bottom one right here, and let's hit it with our pickaxe. That whole thing is going to come crashing down to the ground, and we're going to get iron out of this. But that's not the only one that we can get iron from. So, running around town, if you can find them around town, and you will, they will be here. Oh, there's another one of those little substations. There's one, there's another one. Take out the bottom of that pillar, bring the whole thing down. But first, use your blocks and get up there and use a wrench on those Otherwise, you're just going to be wasting a lot of resources. So, out here, billboards. That one, not so much. But billboards like this one. These are going to give you some decent iron. Take out the struts down at the bottom there. That whole thing will come down, and you'll get a decent amount of iron out of that. Bridges like this, don't even bother trying. Uh, it will take you so long to get iron out of that bridge that it's just not worth it. Okay, so one of the things that I was really really dependent on for getting iron uh, was the construction sites. Now, unfortunately, I believe that it might be in other maps. I'm playing on Progeno 10K map, and so there aren't too many cities on this map. Uh, like this is a nice sized little town out here in the desert. Um, you know, it's not quite a city. There's another town over here, another one over there, one there. There's a slightly bigger one over here in the snow biome. Uh, there's a big town over here in the wasteland where Joel is. And this, yeah, a slightly bigger town and another big town right there. So there's not a lot of cities anymore in this game. And there used to be a construction site where you had the steel frame of a skyscraper sitting here with a crane. And you could knock out the crane, get the iron from that, and then knock out the base of that building, and that whole thing would come down, and you would have like 3 or 4 thousand iron out of just that one spot. And it honestly took minimal effort to do it. Um, and if you had yourself an iron pickaxe like this, it made the job go so much quicker. Even though, yes, you can do it with a stone axe, but you were better off to do it with an iron pickaxe. So, running around in the game, uh, if you're over here in the pine forest, it's actually a really good one for iron. And of course, one other resource that you want uh, for your forge, which is coal. Putting wood in your forge and your campfire and your chem station uh, really isn't that great. You throw coal in there and you're going to get 2.5 times uh, the uh, the burn off of that than you would with wood. So take a look on your map. And there's a couple there. Zoom down on your map and take a look at the dots on the map. So you notice we've got 2 black dots right there. Those are coal nodes. All these gray nodes right here are stone. There's a blue one right there, which I'm not sure what that is. These brown dots right here are iron nodes, and then the white dots are nitrate. So that actually is a pretty good little area right there. Why don't we go drop in right here? So 1216 1072. 216 and I think that was it. I'm probably wrong. I am probably wrong, yes. Okay, but as you can see in the area that we're in, we've got a bunch of stone, we've got nitrate, we've got iron. I really want to know what that blue one is up there. Do we have one closer? We do, right behind us. We need to turn God mode off. Ah, is that what that is? Hang on. Let me run away from it a little bit so that I can see it on the map. Yes, that is it. That is lead. Okay, so the blue dots are lead. Good to know. There is a coal node right over here. So this thing is telling me to go pick up stones and stuff like that. Because I have not gone through the tutorial here in my test world. Not now. I'm making a video. So here's a coal node. And that was a black dot on our map. And then right over here, there's a stone right there, but there is a stone, large stone right there. So yeah, pay attention to these dots on your map. There's lead, there's stone, there's coal, there's nitrate. There are coal shale is, of course, marked on this map as well. And I believe that one, let's see, that's a coal node. I'm not sure exactly what the coal shale is marked as. It might be a black dot, a smaller black dot. I'm not entirely sure, but it will be marked on here. Those are some bigger black dots there. Yeah, so it might be just smaller black dots. I don't know. Haven't really looked into that one too much because as a resource, it's okay, but not great. Now, so we've got radio towers, we've got billboards, trash laying around, and all kinds of stuff like that as sources, and then we've got the nodes that are out in the country. The other really great source of iron, which of course comes with a rather high risk, is right over here. So let's head northeast. And we are going to enter the wasteland. Not a fun place to go. The pine forest is your starting area. And it's your starting area for a reason. Because basically, well, I'm completely geared up, of course. You're going to be starting off with no armor in this area, and you're going to need to work your way up to armor. And going into the wasteland, that is the highest tier as far as the zones go. And it's the highest tier for a reason. There are some really, really tough zombies in that area. But you also get the highest reward. Notice iron laying on the ground all over the place. Cinder blocks like this all over the place. So break apart the cinder blocks, you get stone, and then you've got all this iron just everywhere on the ground. So you can walk into the wasteland and just be picking iron off the ground everywhere. However, there is a slight risk to this. It almost terrifies me to be in this zone, even though I am wearing Of course, full nomad outfit, fully geared. I am fully kitted out at the moment, but still, the wasteland scares me a little bit. So we have a stone right here, stone over there. Let's zoom in on this a little bit and see what we can find. Got some nitrate there. There's some stone. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense that there would be a whole lot of coal on the surface. There's one right there. Iron, stone, some nitrate over there. Because coal burns. And the wasteland is all burnt. So, yeah. Definitely the last place I want to come to get a lot of stuff. Because, well, there's those guys walking around. And they're not much fun to play with. Excuse me, sir. Trying to make a video here. And then there's those guys. I hate the Dobermans. They are not fun. And then there's the buzzards. Don't like them either. And you dropped me a blue bag. Cool, thanks. Raiding vehicles in here are going to get you the usual stuff. I don't think we're going to get any higher tier stuff from vehicles in the wasteland. There's one that we can go check out over there. The minivan had pretty much nothing. The sedan, yep, gas and oil. Not much of anything. And a lot of these vehicles are just going to be burnt out wrecks like those. Surprised I haven't run into any bears or dire wolves in here yet. It's mainly just regular old zombies. Ooh, duct tape, a tire, and some crossbow ammo. Nice. Okay, let's head over to this place. And this is a pretty big town. So let's go into town here. And yeah, the iron is just everywhere on the ground. However, here in town we are going to find a ton of zombies. There's some transformers up on the poles. Let's see if we can find a radio tower in town here anywhere. Oh, we got a nice billboard there. These things, if you can take them down, are a pretty decent source of iron. Of course, you're going to have to work your way all the way around the base of this thing to knock the whole thing down. These power substations right here like this, they're not too bad. And then this across here. Knock out the base right across there and there. And then take out the base in the middle. And that whole thing just comes crashing down and you get a bunch of iron out of them. There's a bear. Go to sleep, Mr. Bear. It's winter. Time to hibernate, bud. So, yeah. The construction sites just almost non-existent anymore in this game. You have this one here. With a crane, but it's just not the same. The other one, the building was bigger, the crane was taller, it was just a lot better. So, I don't see any radio towers in this town, which is unfortunate. Ew, Hogzilla, don't go there. Not a good time. But yeah. So, if you're willing to take a chance and go to the wasteland, that one is going to be a great source of iron for you. I would, of course, just kind of stick to the edges of it here. Don't go into town. You're going to meet a lot of zombies in town. If you can hang around out in the countryside here a little more, there won't be as many out there. And yeah, just wander around out here and grab all the iron that you can, because it's everywhere. You're going to get a lot of it out here. And then you're going to be able to make yourself the iron ingots, the steel ingots, and all the stuff that you're going to need. Let's head back to the shop and we'll take a look at the fuel types that we can put into our forges and burn times for them. Okay, now that we're back home at the high school, as you can see, I've got a few things set up out here for future videos. That's my motorcycle, all decked out and ready to go. We've got a dew collector, solar panel, battery bank, a generator sitting there. And then, of course, I've got a bicycle, mini bike, motorcycle, 4x4, and a helicopter over there. And yeah, that stuff is all for a future video, except for that motorcycle. That's just mine for running around on. So, let's go in here and let's talk about the fuel sources. So, let's go over to our forge. And let's just put 10 of each of these over here, because putting a stack of 6,000 into that thing isn't realistic. Okay, so 10 wood into your forge is going to give you 8 minutes and 20 seconds of burn. Oil shale is going to give you 50 seconds, right? But then 10 coal is going to give you 16 minutes, 40 seconds. So double what you're going to get with wood. So actually, oil shale should be at the bottom, and then wood, and then coal. So coal is definitely what you want to use. And if we actually take 3,000 coal and throw that in there, that gets us 5,000 hours of burn time off that. So not bad. And yeah, iron and clay is what I would throw into here in order to make that. And of course, it's telling us we don't have any iron or clay in our stores in order to make it. So, but that's okay. Now, same thing applies for your campfire. Let's throw 3,000 coal into that. 5,000 hours of burn on that. And then, of course, your chemistry station, same thing. Throw that in there. 5,000 hours. So, yeah. Look around on your map and find the coal nodes. Zoom down in there. That one there, that one there, one over there. And dig up as much coal as you can and bring it back and use that as a fuel source for the forge, the campfire, and the chem station. So get the most bang for your buck out of those ones. And I think that's about all I've got for iron. And we are coming up on the half-hour mark here for this video. So try to keep these relatively short and get all the information I can into them that I can think of. And yeah, that's about all I got for right now. So I'm going to get out of here and get set up for the next video. And until then, I'll catch you later.